Giving birth to a goddamn Lowe's box. Oh, okay. We have an absolute perler of an unboxing video today, guys. So what I'm about to unbox is a movie mold resin casting of Robert Englund's makeup from Freddy vs. Jason all the way back in 2003. So this is a first generation resin casting of the final makeup design. Not the test makeups, not alternate designs, alternate sculptures to show director Ronnie Yu, much like with this Spawn bust, which was an alternate, much more angrier sculpt. This is the final makeup seen in the film. Now, this comes from an estate sale. The mold came from an estate sale of the late, great Bill Tezarakis, who did the makeup for Freddy vs. Jason. So here's a few clips of Bill in action on the set with Robert.
And we took another life cast of Robert and we built a muscle, an enhanced muscle over top of his face. And then we took the skin out of the original Freddy mold and we're able to drape and blend that over top of the new muscle to give him more of a brutish, beefed up look. We're using foam latex, which has been the norm for many, many years. It's durable, so there's a lot of scenes where Robert's in the water, or we'll have as many as 12 masks going at the same time. Once they're completed, we send them off the set. In the case of Freddy's makeup, they're applied by Margaret and Patricia.
It just picked off me. Some Lint Eastwood.
He had some Lint Eastwood on him.
Now, unfortunately, Bill passed away a couple of years ago at the very young age of 55. And, you know, I see 55 as quite young. The poor dude had a heart attack, but the legacy he left in the effects world, the horror world, like, he's done a lot. He even worked on Jason Takes Manhattan. That's how long he's been in the game for. So a few years ago, Bill's family had an estate sale, which included a lot of molds that he had in storage from a lot of the films that he had worked on, including Freddy vs. Jason. Enter my dear friend, Mr. Nathan Stafford of Nathan Stafford Studios. Now, I've known Nathan for nearly 2 years now. I first got into contact with him when he was selling a Mint Case XX P210 tomato knife. As most of us know, these are the original knives that they used on the Nightmare on Elm Street 1/2 Freddy Krueger glove. And Nate has always been a detail-oriented artist, which I love. And he gets a lot of movie mold pieces, a lot of screen lineage pieces. He recently did a part for Jason bust, which has screen lineage. So I love stuff like that. Same make and model pieces, case in point, like the case knife. Now, when this auction was happening, there was an auction for a silicon mold, a silicon and plaster mold, I believe, and Nathan went on to replace the plaster with fiberglass of Robert Englund's makeup from Freddy vs. Jason. Again, not a test, not an early development design of the makeup, the final look of the makeup. Nathan went ahead, bid on it, won the item, and the mold was shipped to him, and now he is offering resin castings from that mold. As well as he also has in his possession a production-made hand appliance that Robert wore on his left hand as Freddy. He then mounted that on a hand and 3D scanned it and offers casting. So he's offering this beautiful set of Freddy Krueger's makeup and also the hand appliance from Freddy vs. Jason. Now, during this auction as well, I know Sean Clark picked up a few pieces as well, including the mold for Jason's hockey mask. So himself and Josh Ludman, aka Crazy Dog, offered 20 castings of these. Again, first generation castings like what we're about to unbox today. And it's so damn cool. The fact that this is straight out of a screen used with production mold is incredible. The details are there. The paint job is immaculate. I was fortunate enough to get number 19. So what we're going to unbox today is going to pair perfectly with that. So in the box, we have the bust, the hand. We have a stand for the bust with a Freddy vs. Jason logo. We have a certificate of authenticity and a sweater. So Nathan has taken very good care of me. The box is huge, and that's why I've got it right here. Hang on. It's, fuck me, it's heavy. Good God. Ugh. So he's got it packed in a Lowe's box. We have Lowe's here. But it's not this type of lows. It's this type of lows.
Swim shorts or board shorts for you, 2 for $30 at Lowe's.
Yeah, it's actually a clothing store here. So it's actually where I got my year 10 formal suit. I looked awful. Now, also I'm going to be utilizing a lot of photos from my friend Charles, who has the ultimate Freddy vs. Jason archive. Charles, I'm pretty sure, has the biggest screen used Freddy vs. Jason collection in the world. The dude has everything. He's got costume pieces, he's got gloves, he's got production notes, he's got a lot of photos that were taken on set that have never seen the light of day. Charles was gracious enough to hook me up with a few photos because I want to do some comparisons, the bust with those photos, and I'm also utilizing one of his beautiful photos of Robert as Freddy in my thumbnail. So a massive shout out to Charles. I'll leave his Facebook and Instagram details down below, as well as Nathan's as well, if you want to get in contact with him to grab one of these busts. But again, it's an honor to own something like this. As you guys know, I love my production lineage, movie mold stuff. Like we've got the Part 1 Freddy here from David Miller. I've got the new Nightmare hand, which is derived from a Krueger, which utilized the original molds for the Bio hand from New Nightmares. So without further ado, let's get this thing out. It's been so difficult just having it here for 24 hours, but I wanted a clear mind this morning when I unboxed this. So let's do it. Where's me kniffy? It's not an unboxing video without an obligatory. Ooh. Ooh. Man, how the hell am I gonna do this? Shit. I got no room back here. I've got so much stuff here that needs to go in storage, and I'm also trying to sell. Hang on. I'm gonna have to pop this down here. Oh, okay, all right. Now, Nathan did apologize for the packing peanuts. So first of all, we got the COA. COA, welcome to my world, bitch. Enjoy, Chris, Nathan. There's just little touches like that I love. A good quote here and there goes a long way. Coffee. So I think what I'll do is I'll get all the contents out here and then pop the box there. This is what I love when it comes to certificates. Nathan goes above and beyond. The presentation is beautiful. You see right there. There you go. Give you a nice, good look at that. So I'll give you a read. So Proto Pull number 2. This certificate guarantees that the accompanying item is a genuine first generation casting pulled directly from Robert Englund's hero makeup mold that was used during production of Freddy vs. Jason 2003. The mold was directly acquired through the liquidation of Bill Tezarakis' Effect Shop WCT production, after his passing in 2021. This casting is of 22 pulled from the mold and offered to collectors before the mold's permanent retirement. Let's give you another look at that. And there's a good look at the bust that's inside the box. Okay, so I see a sweater. Let's get the sweater out first. Beautiful. Great little piece to have. Love it. That'll be fun to weather up. It's actually, this is the same type of sweater that originally came with this Freddy bust from David. This is my accurate Part 1, but this sweater as well came with that bust. I actually forgot to put that in the unboxing video. It was funny, when I was going to throw that box out, I'm like, I feel like there's something down there. And I pulled the sweater out, I'm like, oh my God, that was lucky. There's the bust. I'm just gonna pop that there. Stay. Okay, here is the stand. Oh, look at that. Look at that beautiful logo as well. So it looks like a nice wooden base. We've got a galvanized iron stand. I use these a lot when they screw in. They're really handy, and you can get them in different gauges, different lengths, and that logo as well is spot on. Is that 3D printed, man? How the hell did you do that? It looks 3D printed. Amazing. Hell yeah. So I'm just gonna pop that down there for now. The hand. Okay, let me just double check. That's everything. Giving birth to a goddamn Lowe's box. Okay, so let's unwrap the hand first. Oh man, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. So again, Nathan owns a production-made appliance, hand appliance. So it wasn't screen used, but it was made for production. And the good thing about having production-made pieces is they're in a lot better condition than the screen-used pieces most of the time, especially if they're made out of, say, foam latex. So Nathan got like a generic hand, which looks pretty damn close to Robert's as well, and mounted it onto the hand and then had it 3D scanned. So I'm also showing you guys pictures of the screen-used hand appliances so you can kind of marry them up, especially the details here. I do like the design. It's like a clean, like rip of the flesh, and you see like the muscle and the tendons under there. I really do hope the camera's picking up. Oh yeah, it is, all those details, because it is cast in a nice flesh tinted resin, and sometimes those details can wash out with the camera. But I think what I'll do as well, once I unwrap the bust as well, we'll take it out into the living room as well and compare some details to what Charles has posted from his Freddy vs. Jason archive. That's such a neat idea, and it's such a great little accompanying piece. Is that a hair in there? That looks like an arm hair. I'm not going to question that. All right, this is where I get very nervous, in a good way. So, here we have the busts. So, as always, you guys get to see before me. Oh my God, I can see the back. Oh, look at that. Woohoo! Look at that. Oh my God, he is stunning. Damn, this is a lot more detailed than what I expected. And now it's foam filled and again tinted beautifully like the hand, a nice flesh tinted resin, a translucent resin. Wow, look at that. So again, this isn't a test makeup design, an early design. This is the final makeup for the film. So Nathan actually gave me a few fun facts, tidbits and stuff like that. So this is the first silicone mold they did over the makeup sculpt. So the final makeup sculpt. Additional pours from this mold were made to make additional molds, and castings are first generation. And they definitely are, man. The detail is insane. A lot of stuff that I never saw or picked up on in the film. You know, maybe that'll change when we finally get a 4K restoration of the film. So hang on. Okay, so this slots on. That just slots in. Okay, so what I might do is... There's so much foam everywhere. That's okay. Hang on. So I'm going to get me good old lazy Susan. Hey, I just got a message from him. Enjoy that unboxing, boy. Hang on. So I'm just sending you a voice note now. I'm literally in the middle of the unboxing and just unboxed the bust as the final piece and just showed you sent me a message. So it's stunning, man. Absolutely stunning. Well done. I'm going to continue with this unboxing, but you've outdone yourself, sir. He's a good egg. He's a good bloke, Nathan. Oh, that lines up pretty well. There you go. Just incredible. It is crazy how, I wouldn't say tiny, but smallish Robert's head is. Actually, I probably should get a tape measure and measure around it. But yeah, it is crazy how small his head is. Because like Robert's, I think, an inch taller than me. Like I'm 5'9", 5'9.5", 5'10" on a good day. And Robert is about 5'10". But yeah, this is just incredible. I also do dig the look with the eyes closed. I don't know why. Like, you know, I think Nathan said he was tinkering with the idea of possibly scanning this and doing a eyes open version. Now, I do plan to paint this at some point. Again, I'm going to be utilizing Charles's photos that he's acquired over the years as reference because I really want to nail this paint job because it's such a specific paint job. But what I might do is take the bust and the hand just outside there in some natural lighting. Because I'm also noticing with these ring lights as well, it's a little bit harsh, but let's take him outside and I can show you guys these details up close because there's a lot going on with this sculpt that, again, I had not noticed in the film before. Okay, here we go. Add in some much more natural lighting in my kitchen. So I've got my laptop here with some comparison photos, but I'll do a picture-in-picture, side-by-side. So remember I said there are a lot of details on this sculpt. Stuff and things that I'd never noticed before, but just all this detail here. Again, never noticed this on the makeup. Let's turn them around here. Just everything is so crisp and sharp. But yeah, I never noticed all these details here, all these wrinkles on the top part of the skin. Obviously we've got these like open wounds all throughout. But yeah, just never noticed that, man. And again, I don't mind the makeup. I actually have a soft spot for it. I think the makeup was, and the characterization of Freddy was a nice return to form for Robert, but also aesthetically as well. I like that they didn't drastically change the overall appearance, but you know, there's still remnants of like part 3, part 4, the open wounds all throughout remind me a lot of part 1. But let's compare this photo from the beginning of the film when he morphs from Mrs. Voorhees into Freddy. So one thing that really stands out to me is this little lip of skin right here. It's like a little webbing of skin, and you see that there on the makeup in the film, but then also like moving down to this section here, and these little wounds, like these 2 little wounds right here, right next to this big gaping wound here, you can marry that up as well. The sequence where he's about to kill Mark, you can marry this wound up here, and just even the little point of it as well matches on screen. And then the more tapered, streamlined wound right here, that marries up. The profile as well, obviously, because it's sculpted on Robert's life cast. Again, I just love comparing all those little subtle details that you may not see on screen, like case in point, all the wrinkling throughout. Now here's a great behind the scenes shot of Robert getting his makeup done. Like this big wound here, marrying that up as well, but also like the little veiny, streaky parts of the wounds. These little guys up here, this one here. It's great. It's an absolute dead ringer and a half. And finally, just a nice close-up look of the hand appliance in some natural lighting. Always love like these tendon, veiny looking parts here. It's such a great design. Like even like the subtle rips there on the ring finger as well. And you can kind of see the blending edge of where Nathan's applied it to this prop hand before it was scanned. But it's great. And it's like not, I love that it's not a generic looking hand. It's kind of got that same look as Robert's hands, like a bit of bulk to it. But it just looks natural, and it's like, you know, at least it wasn't like a mannequin hand. I feel like this really does the appliance justice, 100%. And there you go, guys, a first generation casting of Freddy Krueger's makeup from Freddy vs. Jason from the late, great Bill Tezarakis. It's an absolute honor to own a representation of his work, and a massive thank you to Nathan Stafford for making this happen, and a massive thank you to Charles for your reference photos as well. So I'm stoked with this. I'm gonna have to start doing my research with the paint job. I've got a pretty good idea of how I want to do it, but I think I'm gonna have to do some experimenting on some spare bits of resin because I do not want to stuff this up. Thanks as always for watching, guys. Love you guts, and I'll catch you in the next one.